What's going on? Welcome back to my brand new YouTube channel, FPL of the Day. I am Jay London and we are in an international break, but FPL does not stop there. It's the perfect time to be thinking about the type of players that we want to be putting in, and I know a lot of people are considering using their wildcard. So in this video, we are looking at the perfect wildcard for game week 4 onwards. I'm going to take into consideration a lot of the transfers that has happened, the fact that Kane has stayed at Tottenham, Torres seems to be Manchester City's only striker at the moment, Lukaku, and of course Cristiano Ronaldo is back in the Premier League at Man United. So before we jump in, please do subscribe. I need all the help that I can get. It's a brand new YouTube channel, so if you've just discovered this page, you've just discovered the channel and you do enjoy the content, please leave a like, please subscribe, and let's dive in. The perfect wildcard draft for game week 4. So I'm going to dive straight in. I've had a look at the fixtures, and a lot of these players that are in the team are taken in game week 4 into consideration. Teams like Wolves, Tottenham's got a decent fixture run. Chelsea's isn't too bad. Arsenal's got a really good fixture run as well. So these are things to consider with this wildcard team. So starting in goal, Sanchez keeps his place. Again, I'm a firm believer of not spending too much money on my goalkeeper this season. Yes, it would be amazing to get Mendy or Edison or someone like that, but I just feel like that money can be better spent up the field. So of course, the goalkeeper on the bench really doesn't matter as well. That can be any 4.0 keeper. He's only going to be on the bench and he's only going to take money out of your team. At the moment, it's Foster who's injured, but again, it doesn't even matter because he's not going to play. On to defence, I'm going to run through it quite quickly because there's not much to see here apart from Trent Alexander-Arnold, which I'll touch on in just a bit. But Luke Ayling, again, it's because of the fixture run. So if you have a look at Leeds' fixtures right now, they've got what? Liverpool, Newcastle, West Ham, Watford, Southampton, Wolves. Like, they're not the best at keeping clean sheets, but as a fullback, Ayling's probably the best option for that price as well, 4.5, and it looks like they have a very good fixture run at the moment. So if anyone's going to be keeping clean sheets, it could well be Ayling. Semedo is another one. Again, looking at Wolves' fixture run at the moment, it just looks amazing. There's Watford in there, there's Brentford, there's Southampton, there's Newcastle, there's Aston Villa. Like, Wolves are capable of keeping clean sheets against all of those teams, yeah? And they've actually been really good. They've been very unlucky to not come away with any points from the games that they've been playing because they've attacked really well, they've defended really well. It's only a matter of time before they get some points on the board. So Semedo looks like a good option because he's very attacking as well, and there's a good possibility there for some clean sheets. So he's another defender on the wildcard. Next up is Livramento, which again doesn't really matter. He's probably one of the best 4.1 cheap defenders. Duffy's there as well. He's just gone up in price, but Livramento looks like he's going to be keeping his place. He's not really going to be playing. Again, he's another bench player because the formation that we're looking at the moment is 3-4-3, and you'll see why as we get to the attackers. So yeah, Livramento, he's a nice option for backup to come off the bench. He might get some attacking returns, but again, it doesn't really matter. He's only 4.1 million and he's not going to play every game. So next, I know you're looking at this Arsenal shirt and you're thinking, really? But guys, hear me out, all right? Ben White's in there because Arsenal eventually have to win some games. Again, the fixture run is really, really good for them. They've got Norwich next, okay? Then they've got Burnley. Tottenham is obviously going to be very tricky for them. Brighton and Crystal Palace. Like, Arsenal, if they're going to keep some clean sheets, it's going to be in a majority of these games. Ben White's price has also gone down now. He's 4.4, and he's the person that you can pretty much guarantee is going to be in the team. He's been out. He's not really had a chance to start and make his mark. So for 4.4 million, he's definitely not a bad pick. I might live to regret that after they've played Norwich, Burnley, and conceded like another 10 goals against Tottenham. Sorry if you're an Arsenal fan. But Ben White looks like a good pick just solely on the fixtures that Arsenal have coming up next. And last but not least is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, he's a player that I was talking about a lot in pre-season, and he's a person that's been in my team since game week 1, and he's firmly staying there. Why? Because Liverpool's fixtures are really, really good. They've got Leeds, Crystal Palace after that, Brentford, and then it does get a little bit tricky with Man City, but then it goes back to Watford. So Liverpool defenders are a good pick. Tsimikas is done. Sorry, guys, if you've got Tsimikas. Robinson is back in the team. But for Trent Alexander-Arnold, it literally goes without saying. And if you look at his points as well, he's currently sitting on 22 points. 6, he got a 12 against Burnley, and then he even got 4 points against Chelsea, and they conceded. So he is a great pick for Liverpool, even though Yeah, he is 7.5 million. I think he's a really, really good asset. We'll talk about him at the end of the video because there is a lot that you can do with that money if you don't go for Trent Alexander-Arnold. But we'll come to that in a bit. Let's look at the midfield. Leeds look like a team that you need to jump on if you are using your wild card. Yes, they've got Liverpool next, which is going to be tricky. But after that, it goes Newcastle, West Ham, Watford, Southampton, Wolves and Norwich. They have arguably got the best fixtures over the next sort of like 10 game weeks. So that is why Aylin's in the team, and that is why Rafinha is in the team. There is a possibility to get Bamford in there as well, but we'll come to the forward lineup in a bit. Rafinha is a player for me that has to be in there because of those fixtures. He's probably the most attacking player in the team. So if you want someone to attack those fixtures, Rafinha looks like the guy. He's definitely in the wild card. Next to him is Mo Salah. Again, he's a player that is going to play every single game. He's on penalties. Look at the returns that he's got already. Mo Salah just doesn't disappoint. He's been like the top scoring FPL player for like the last 2 or 3 seasons or something like that. So he is a person that is not going anywhere. I don't need to talk about Mo Salah anymore. If you haven't got him in your team, yeah, and you're using a wild card, and then you don't put him in your team, just don't even use the wild card. There's just no point. Mo Salah has to be in your team. We'll come to Torres and Greenwood in a minute, but I want to talk about the third cemented midfield place, which is Basuma. Not because it's Basuma, but because it's a 4.5 position. So that could be pretty much anyone that you desire at the moment that you feel is the best value at 4.5. Gilmore's there. You've got Sissoko, who's just gone to Watford. You've got Basuma at 4.6 now. He looks like good value as well. So he's a person that I'm probably not going to call on. He's going to be on the bench because we've got a great forward lineup, which we'll come to in a minute. And we have Ferran Torres. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I'm a big fan of Ferran Torres. I was very close to putting him in my team. I knew what he was capable of. And then he absolutely smashed it. He ended the Arsenal game with 18 points. So he's now on what? A total of 23. Before that, it wasn't looking too good. He was on 5. But we knew it was just a matter of time. The only fear there for Torres is Pep Roulette. Is Torres going to play? Is he going to be starting in game week 4? Are we going to be sweating every time the Man City lineup comes out? I think he's pretty cemented for now. So because they haven't signed a striker, because Man United just nicked Ronaldo at the last minute, because they never got Harry Kane, and because of how Pep is talking about Torres, it looks like he trusts him. So for 7.1 million, for a Man City striker that's playing out of position in midfield, which means if he does score a goal, he's going to get more points, and he's got the possibility of getting the extra clean sheet bonus as well, seems like a no-brainer. Next to him is Mason Greenwood. What a legend. He has smashed it. 3 returns in the last 3 games. 26 points. He's got more points than Bruno. He's got more points than Pogba. He is Manchester United's highest scoring player. And again, the fixture swing doesn't look too bad for Man United. Newcastle's in there, then West Ham, Aston Villa, Everton, Leicester as well. So it's just going to be interesting now to see how Oli lines up now that Ronaldo is in the team. Cavani's there as well. Rashford looks like he's still going to be out for a little while. And Pogba clearly plays better on the left. I'm also keeping a very close eye on Diogo Jota as well. He's a player that I want in my team. If Firmino's injured, then Jota may possibly be the better pick because of the Liverpool fixtures and because he's guaranteed to be playing a lot further up front and maybe as a central striker for Liverpool. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the injury update with Firmino because Greenwood could easily switch to Jota as well. So onto the front line. I'm going to tell you now, I have gone without Romelu Lukaku, but we have got the man in the middle right here. Cristiano Ronaldo. Straight in the team. Come on. How do I need to make a case for this? 12.5 mil. All right. Fernandes has been dropped. He's come out of the team because we needed to make space for this guy here. He is the greatest goal scorer of all time. All right. He hasn't lacked any match fitness. You saw him in the international break. He scored 2 goals. All right. There is nothing to suggest that this man is not going to be starting against Newcastle, Old Trafford, in front of the fans. There are rumours that he's going to be on penalties. There are rumours that Fernandes is going to pick up the ball and just roll it to Ronaldo every time a penalty comes around like he does internationally. But even without that, like, he is so dangerous. And I would be just living in fear going into game week 4, using a wild card and not getting in Ronaldo. Let's face it, a lot of people, maybe 98% of people using their wild cards now, is purposefully to get in Cristiano Ronaldo. So obviously he is going to be in this wildcard draft. You saw him on the thumbnail as well. Now, the next two, either side of him, are very interesting. The reason I haven't gone for Lukaku is because of this. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is in great form at the moment. And again, if you have a look at the fixture run, he has got Burnley next, Aston Villa, Norwich. He's got a return in the last 3 fixtures, and for the increase in price, I just don't know if Lukaku is worth it at the moment. Of course, he can outscore him. Of course, Lukaku is capable of scoring a hat-trick in the next game. We know that. We know how good Chelsea are. We know how good Lukaku is. But is Lukaku going to score more points than Calvert-Lewin and Mikel Antonio every single week? I don't think he is. So for that reason, I'm all right to just hold off Lukaku. Same reason for Kane. Happy to hold off Kane. Kane's also obviously shown in the past that he doesn't really get going until October, November anyway. So I'm not too worried about Kane. Son is a person who I'm worried about. But yeah, sticking with the front line, Calvert-Lewin, Ronaldo and Antonio looks like they're more likely to get points than just having like Ronaldo and Kane or Ronaldo and Lukaku. So at the moment, for me, this is the ultimate wildcard draft for game week 4. This is how I would be going into it if I was using my wildcard. I'm still umming and ahhing. I'm still thinking about it because I am quite happy with my transfers at the moment. So I'm not sure if I'm going to play my wildcard, but I will keep you posted. I will let you know. Just make sure you follow in at FPL of the day on the Twitter, and then I'll upload my team there before the next game. So there we go. That is the ultimate guide for your wildcard going into game week 4. Thank you for watching. And if you do enjoy the content, as always, please do subscribe. Yeah, I need all the help that I could get. We're trying to climb up the ranks. And also leave a comment down below. Let me know if you think that we've left out a lot of players that should 100% be in there. Or if you think that there's a player in there that should 100% be coming out. Maybe like Ben White. Once you've done that, I'll see you on the next one.